I recently went to Jindo to attend Jesa, a traditional Korean ceremony that honors and remembers deceased ancestors. It had been many years since my last visit to Jindo, the small island where my dad grew up. Visiting Jindo had always been difficult due to the long distance, especially when I was living in Seoul and abroad. However, it's much easier now as it only takes 2 hours to travel from Jeju to Jindo. As soon as I arrived at the Jindo port, I decided to go for a hike. I took a local bus, and as we drove, the breeze carried the scent of spring onions, one of the Jindo specialties. When I got off the bus to transfer, there was no ETA on my map or any information at the stop. After waiting with no sign of the bus, I chose to walk to the next stop instead of standing around. It was the best decision because it allowed me to pause and fully absorb the breathtaking scenery.
Oh, please. Yay!
I was completely captivated by the beauty of Jindo and couldn't stop gazing at the stunning views. As a result, the walk to the next bus stop felt shorter than I expected. At the next stop, I waited again, but still no bus came. So I kept walking. Along the way, a bus passed and I ran to catch it, but it wasn't the one I needed. The driver told me the next and last bus to the mountain would leave at 4 p.m. This meant I had no bus to catch unless I waited until then. So I continued my walk toward the mountain. I walked almost 10 kilometers unintentionally and finally arrived at the Dongseoksan mountain. I was a little quite tired before starting the hike, but I knew it would be worth it. On the trail, I first encountered one cat, then another, and soon there were many more.
너네 너무 귀여워. 안녕. 아니, 몇 마리가 있는 거야? 안녕.
With their healing energy, I began my ascent.
Wow.
The trail wasn't too long, but it was challenging, especially with its steep, rocky paths.
Oh. Wow.
When I reached the top, I was speechless. While filming, I noticed a peak even higher than where I stood. This is the real summit of the mountain. So I decided to move on to the true top. After hydrating and filling my stomach with some eggs, I began my descent toward the downtown. Honestly, I was so exhausted that I was eager to get to the hotel as soon as possible. However, my phone had completely died, so I had no idea where to catch the bus or how to call a taxi. So I made my way to the temple located at the foot of the mountain to ask for help. Fortunately, there were two ladies who gladly welcomed me into their house and let me charge my phone. They served me water and snacks while I charged, and they even drove me to the bus stop, which has buses that come relatively often. Their kindness made a big difference. Thanks to them, I was able to catch a bus to downtown. That evening, I was starving and had a big dinner. I enjoyed spicy marinated crabs with rice and a variety of side dishes. Everything was so delicious that I ate a lot and ended up passing out after the meal. The next day, I woke up and headed toward to the beach. Of course, there was a long wait for the bus, but I eventually made it to the beach. While walking along the shore barefoot, I found beautiful shells on the sand and started collecting them. Not staying too long on the beach, I made my next move. I met my family downtown and we went to my family's ancestral grave to perform 제사.
저기 할머니 집이야?
Then we headed to my great aunt's house to have lunch.
고모 손치기.
After lunch, I played with my nephew, savoring the peaceful country lifestyle.
이게 나무예요? 나무예요.
오.
Oh. I love spending time with them as they always bring big smiles and laughter.
하나, 둘, 셋.
신발요. 여기 신발요. 써 그러면. 써. 여기다 써 부르서.
When the sun set, we took a stroll to appreciate the night view of Jindo.
우와.
작년 대첩을 이루 주무공 이순신 장군의 호구 충정의 어를 기리고자.
After returning to my great aunt's house, we set up to cook Korean barbecue outside on the pot lid. It was such a fun experience and created a perfect atmosphere for family bonding.
친구 안녕.
제한 속도를 준수하십시오.
안녕.